Welcome back. In the previous class, we have seen function overloading. We've also seen the implementation in the program as well. Today, we're learning about operator overloading. So we can even overload an operator just like as a function as long as we are overloading user-defined items. For example, let's say any objects. If you want to overload, you can overload like an operator. You can do that if it is user-defined. That is, we will define. Since objects are made by the user, so we can overload them. Like for example, if you talk about int, double, we can make operators of those data types as well, but we cannot overload them when it is int, double, float, or any kind of like that. But all the user-defined operators, like objects, or you can even talk about structures, we can overload them using certain ways. So if I talk about the concept of function overloading, basically what happens is different operators, functions have the same symbol but different operands. So the symbol will be same. Since I gave the example in polymorphism lesson, the example of plus, this will for int it will add, for string it will join. So that is one example. So depending on the operands, different operator functions are executed, which we will see right now in the program. So let's see a program then of how implementation of function of operator overloading happens. So over here I have a simple program. Here what I did is I made a class name is count and private variable value, as you can see, for this class only. Then I have a public, which is the constructor, since the same name of the class, so it's a constructor. And inside the constructor, I have a function which I'm passing 5 to it. And then I have a void operator, and inside here, I'm just increasing the value. That is, whatever value I have, the variable which I used, I'm just adding 1 to it. So if, for example, if I'm getting 3 here, it will be 4. Then simply I'm displaying the value. Fine. Then using the class, I created an object C1. And I'm incrementing the C1. Now here what happened is I overloaded the plus operator, which operates an object of the count class of the count class, that is object C1 in this case. So what exactly we did, we overloaded the plus operator, which will operate this particular object over here, which we have created. And what I did, I simply incremented the object over here. So what it did is actually it directly implemented to the value over here, which I have been using. So since I used this overloaded operator, what it did, it actually directly implement the value variable of the C1 object by 1. Since I have passed 5 to it, it will become 6. And one thing you have to note that this is also called as compile time polymorphism, or it also comes in the category of compile time polymorphism. So simple basic concept is I have just overloaded the plus operator using just one object that I have created. As I told you in the definition that you can only overload user-defined types. That is, here I have used objects. So since I've passed 5 here, if I run the code, it should give me as 6. So let's run the code. So as you can see here, it's working perfectly fine. And I'm getting count 6. So that was what operator overloading means. It's a little bit complicated if you're learning it from the first time, but you rewatch the video one more time. If you didn't understand anything, you can put down in the comment section. I will try to help you out as fast as possible.